Have you ever noticed tiny changes in a loved one? Little things you brushed off as just aging? A quieter appetite, a moment of confusion, a sudden tiredness? What if these weren't just signs of growing older, but something more? Aging is a gradual process, but when the body enters its final chapter, it starts sending subtle warnings. These aren't dramatic or obvious. They creep in quietly. Too often, families miss the signs until it's too late to prepare, too late to make their last months truly meaningful. Today, we're uncovering 5 subtle signs that often appear in the final year of life. If you've noticed any of these in a loved one, understanding them now could help you provide better care, cherish every second, and ensure their final moments are filled with comfort and dignity. Have you ever noticed a loved one going through unexplained changes? Let's find out together what they might mean. Sign number 1, unexpected weight loss. More than just aging. James, a lively 78-year-old, had always been known for his love of food. Sunday dinners were his favorite. His plate was always full, and he never turned down dessert. But over a few months, something changed. His once well-fitted sweater started hanging loosely over his shoulders. His belt needed a new notch, and his plate, once filled with enthusiasm, was now left half-finished. His family assumed it was just a part of aging. Maybe his metabolism is slowing down, they thought. But here's the truth. Significant, unintentional weight loss is not just a normal part of aging. It's often a major warning sign that the body is struggling in ways that aren't always visible. What's really happening? As we age, digestion naturally slows, but drastic weight loss suggests something much more serious. Muscle wasting. The body begins breaking down muscle tissue to compensate for lost nutrients, leading to weakness and frailty. Metabolism. Shift. The body may be using energy less efficiently or struggling to process food entirely. Hidden illnesses. Conditions like cancer, heart failure, chronic kidney disease, and advanced dementia often trigger unexplained weight loss. Loss of appetite. In the final stages of life, the body prioritizes essential functions, sometimes suppressing hunger altogether. Why this matters? Losing weight unintentionally isn't just about appearance. It affects strength, immunity, and even cognitive function. Frailty increases fall risk. A person who once moved easily may suddenly struggle with balance or tire after simple activities. A weakened immune system leads to frequent infections. Small illnesses like colds or urinary tract infections become more dangerous. Low energy can lead to isolation. Someone who once enjoyed outings or conversations may start withdrawing simply because they feel too weak. What you can do. The key is recognizing the change early and making adjustments. Don't ignore the signs. If a loved one loses more than 5% of their body weight in a few months, schedule a doctor's visit. Focus on nutrient-dense foods. Instead of large meals, offer small portions of high-protein, high-calorie options like eggs, yogurt, or avocado. Make eating easier. Soft foods and soups can be gentler on digestion if chewing or swallowing becomes difficult. Encourage hydration. Dehydration can suppress appetite and worsen fatigue. Offer electrolyte drinks or fruit with high water content. Create a comforting mealtime environment. Playing soft music, eating together, or using favorite plates can help restore enjoyment in food. Final thought. Many families assume weight loss is just slowing down with age. But the truth is, a healthy body doesn't just lose weight for no reason. If you see this happening, don't wait. Act now. The earlier you recognize the signs, the better you can support your loved one's well-being and dignity in their final years. Sign number 2, extreme fatigue, a different kind of tiredness. Imagine waking up feeling just as exhausted as when you went to bed. The sunlight filters through the curtains, another day begins, but instead of getting up with ease, even lifting your arms feels like a struggle. Simple tasks, walking to the kitchen, brushing your hair, having a conversation, feel like climbing a mountain. This isn't just being a little tired. This is deep, body-wide fatigue, the kind that doesn't go away with rest. What's really happening? Fatigue in the final stage of life isn't just about needing more sleep. It's a biological shift. The body is slowing down, prioritizing its remaining energy for essential functions. The heart pumps less efficiently. With reduced circulation, muscles and organs don't receive enough oxygen, making movement and even thinking more exhausting. The immune system is weaker. Fighting off small infections or even digesting food requires energy the body no longer has. Metabolism slows dramatically. Calories aren't processed as efficiently, leading to lower energy levels even with food intake. Muscle loss intensifies the exhaustion. As muscle mass decreases, even standing up or sitting upright can feel overwhelming. The emotional toll. This extreme fatigue doesn't just affect the body, it impacts identity and independence. Imagine someone who was once active, who loved gardening, cooking, or socializing, now feeling too weak to do the things that made them feel like themselves. They may feel frustrated, ashamed, or even depressed about their lack of energy. They might withdraw from social activities, not because they don't care, but because even talking is draining. Loved ones may misinterpret their exhaustion as laziness or lack of motivation, when in reality, their body is simply running low on resources. How to support them? Instead of pushing them to stay active or fight through it, the best thing you can do is honor their changing energy levels. Number 1, let them set the pace. If they're too tired for a walk, suggest sitting in a garden or by a window instead. 2, make daily tasks easier. Consider lightweight utensils, slip-on shoes, or assistive seating to reduce physical strain. 3, encourage small meals and hydration. Dehydration worsens fatigue, and high-protein, high-calorie foods can help sustain their energy. Chapter 4. Create a peaceful environment. Bright lights, loud noises, and excessive stimulation can be overwhelming. A calm, quiet space can ease discomfort. Number 5. Allow rest without guilt. If they need to sleep more during the day, let them. Their body knows what it needs. Final thought. When energy fades, forcing someone to keep going isn't the answer. Giving them peace and comfort is. Instead of focusing on what they can no longer do, focus on making the moments they have left as comfortable and meaningful as possible. Sign number 3, confusion and withdrawal. When the world feels different. Maria had always been sharp, the kind of woman who never forgot a birthday and could recall stories from decades ago with vivid detail. But one evening, as she set the table for dinner, she paused, holding a spoon in her hand with a puzzled look on her face. "What was I doing?" she murmured to herself. At first, her family laughed it off. Everyone forgets things now and then. But then, she started forgetting more. A week later, she went for her usual afternoon walk, but stopped midway, unsure of how to get home. The next month, she began withdrawing, answering questions with just a nod, choosing to sit silently rather than join conversations. Her daughter noticed she barely touched her knitting projects, something she once loved. It wasn't just forgetfulness. It was something more. Why is this happening? Confusion and withdrawal in an elderly person's final year are often mistaken for normal aging, but in reality, they signal deeper changes in the brain and body. Number 1, reduced oxygen to the brain. As circulation slows, less oxygen reaches the brain, making memory, decision-making, and even simple conversations more difficult. 2. The body is conserving energy. The brain prioritizes essential survival functions, leaving little energy for socializing or cognitive effort. Number 3. A natural emotional retreat. It's common for people nearing the end of life to withdraw, not because they don't love their family, but because engaging feels overwhelming. You might notice a once lively loved one sitting in silence, staring off into space, or seeming lost in their own thoughts. They might stop answering phone calls or decline invitations they once enjoyed. These moments can feel heartbreaking, but they are not intentional. When it's more than just aging. Memory lapses happen to everyone, but certain changes suggest a more serious decline. Forgetting the names of close family members, struggling to follow conversations, or losing track of thoughts mid-sentence, becoming easily overwhelmed in social situations, showing no interest in previously loved activities, waking up confused about where they are or what time it is. Sometimes, this confusion can happen suddenly. If a loved one seems disoriented overnight, it could be a sign of an infection, such as a UTI or pneumonia. In elderly individuals, infections don't always present with obvious symptoms like fever. They can show up as sudden confusion, agitation, or withdrawal. How to support them? It's tempting to correct them when they forget something or try to bring them back to the present, but that often leads to frustration. Instead, focus on comfort over correction. Number 1, simplify communication. Instead of asking, "Do you remember when we went to the beach in 1998?" Try, "The ocean is so peaceful, isn't it?" Keep conversations simple and reassuring. 2. Engage them in routines. Reading to them, playing soft music, or simply brushing their hair can provide comfort when words feel too difficult. 3. Create a calm environment. Loud noises and busy rooms can overwhelm them, so keep their space peaceful. Chapter 4. Stay patient with silence. Even if they don't respond, your presence still brings them comfort. A different kind of goodbye. When someone starts withdrawing, it can feel like they're slipping away before they're truly gone, and in many ways, they are. But even if they don't respond like they used to, they still feel love. Hold their hand, play their favorite song, sit beside them in quiet companionship. These small moments matter more than you realize, because even when their words fade, their heart still recognizes the love around them. Sign number 4. Frequent infections and slow healing. John always bounced back quickly from colds. A little rest, some warm tea, and he'd be fine in a few days. But last winter, things were different. A minor cough lingered for weeks. His usual energy faded, and he spent more time in bed. His family assumed it was just another seasonal bug, until he was hospitalized with pneumonia. Why does this happen? As the body ages, the immune system weakens, making it harder to fight off infections or recover from small wounds. What seems like a minor illness can quickly turn into something serious. Myth: it's just a cold, nothing to worry about. Reality: a simple cold can become life-threatening when the body no longer has the strength to fight back. Chapter 1. Weakened immune system. The body produces fewer white blood cells, which are the first line of defense against bacteria and viruses. Tip 2. Slower healing. Poor circulation means less oxygen and nutrients reach wounds, making even small cuts take weeks or never fully heal. Chapter 3. Hidden infections. Unlike younger adults, seniors don't always show clear signs of infection. A urinary tract infection, UTI, may not cause pain, but instead trigger sudden confusion. Pneumonia might not bring a high fever, just unusual fatigue or weakness. Common warning signs of infections in seniors. Sudden confusion or disorientation, a classic sign of UTIs or sepsis. Extreme fatigue that doesn't improve with rest. Wounds or sores that don't heal, or skin that bruises easily. Unexplained chills, sweating, or persistent low-grade fever. What can you do? Prevention is always better than treatment. While you can't stop every infection, you can reduce the risks by taking small but effective steps. And 1. Stay vigilant for subtle symptoms. Confusion, loss of appetite, or sudden weakness may be the only sign of an infection. Don't ignore these changes. 2. Keep the skin healthy. Dry, thin skin is prone to cracks and sores, which can become infected. Moisturize daily and check for cuts or redness, especially in bedridden individuals. Number 3. Help them stay warm. Poor circulation makes seniors more vulnerable to illness. Ensure they dress warmly, even indoors, and use blankets as needed. Chapter 4. Encourage hydration. Dehydration weakens the immune system. Offer small sips of water, herbal tea, or electrolyte drinks throughout the day. Number 5. Limit exposure to germs. Encourage regular hand washing and disinfect high-touch surfaces like doorknobs and phones. A shift in priorities. When an elderly loved one starts experiencing frequent infections and slow healing, the focus often shifts from aggressive treatments to comfort and prevention. Instead of just reacting to illness, the goal becomes protecting their health before complications arise. Families may feel helpless watching a loved one fall ill more often, but small acts of care, keeping them warm, ensuring hydration, and spotting symptoms early, can make all the difference. Because in the final stage of life, it's not just about curing illness, it's about preserving dignity, comfort, and quality of life. Sign number 5. Changes in breathing and circulation. The room is quiet. You sit beside your loved one, watching their chest rise and fall, slowly, unevenly. Their breaths are lighter, sometimes pausing for what feels like an eternity before resuming. Their hands, once warm and strong, now feel cold. Their once rosy complexion fades into a bluish or mottled hue. These are not just signs of aging. These are the body's final adjustments, a natural process as it conserves energy and prepares for its last transition. What's happening in the body? As the body slows down, the heart and lungs no longer function as efficiently. The body prioritizes only the most essential systems, directing oxygen and circulation to the brain and heart while limiting blood flow to the extremities. Number 1. Weaker heart function. The heart, no longer able to pump as strongly, struggles to deliver oxygen to the body. This causes cold hands and feet, pale or bluish skin, and a lack of energy. 2. Irregular breathing patterns. The respiratory system slows down, making breaths shallower and more sporadic. It may seem like your loved one is holding their breath for long periods before taking another weak inhale. 3. Changes in skin tone. A bluish or purplish tint, cyanosis, especially in the hands, feet, and lips, signals reduced oxygen circulation. The skin may also appear mottled, with patchy areas of discoloration. Recognizing different breathing patterns. Shallow, labored breathing. The lungs struggle to take in deep breaths, causing quick, weak inhales. Pauses between breaths. This is known as Cheney-Stokes breathing, where breathing alternates between deep, rapid breaths and moments of stillness. It's common in the final days or hours of life. A death rattle sound. This occurs when mucus builds up in the throat because the swallowing reflex weakens. Though it may sound distressing to family members, it does not usually cause discomfort. How to provide comfort during this time. When you notice these changes, there is no need to panic. These signs do not indicate pain, but rather the body's natural way of slowing down. Your role now is to create comfort, peace, and dignity for your loved one. 1. Keep their environment calm. Lower bright lights and reduce noise. Soft, dim lighting can provide a sense of tranquility. Play gentle background music or nature sounds, as hearing is often the last sense to fade. Avoid excessive talking. Sometimes, quiet presence is the most comforting gift. 2. Make breathing easier. Positioning matters. Propping them up with pillows can prevent the feeling of suffocation. Lying flat may worsen breathlessness. Use a fan or humidifier. This can help maintain airflow and reduce any feeling of breathlessness. If they seem restless, offer gentle reassurance. Anxiety can make breathing more difficult, so a soothing voice or light touch can help. Chapter 3. Keep them warm and comfortable. Circulation slows in the final days, making hands and feet feel cold. Cover them with a soft, lightweight blanket, but avoid electric blankets, as temperature regulation declines. Apply gentle hand massages to stimulate circulation and provide a sense of closeness. Chapter 4. Focus on sensory comfort. Hold their hand. The sense of touch remains strong, and feeling your presence can bring great comfort. Moisten their lips with a damp cloth or ice chips if they seem dry. Avoid forcing liquids, as swallowing may become difficult. If they enjoy certain scents, diffuse lavender or other calming essential oils. The most powerful gift, your presence. At this stage, words may no longer be necessary. Your loved one may not respond, but they can still feel your presence. Simply sitting with them, holding their hand, or stroking their forehead can offer more comfort than any medication. This is a time for peace. The focus is no longer on medical interventions, but on ensuring dignity, serenity, and love. The final breath may come slowly, gently, like a candle flickering before going out. While it is heartbreaking, it is also a sacred moment, a transition from one stage of existence to another. When breath slows and words fade, presence becomes the greatest gift you can give. Aging is not just about decline, it's about transition. It's about shifting our perspective from fighting against time to embracing the moments that truly matter. Recognizing these signs isn't about fear. It's about preparation, about knowing when to focus, not on extending life at all costs, but on ensuring comfort, dignity, and peace. When a loved one nears their final stage, it's not just a medical process, it's an emotional journey for everyone involved. By understanding these signs, you can offer them what they need most, not just care but presence, not just treatment but love. So now, I ask you, which of these signs have you noticed in someone you love? And what's one thing you'll do differently after watching this? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every one, and if this video helped you, hit like and subscribe for more insights on caring for aging loved ones. Because sometimes, the best way to love someone is simply to be there, fully present in their final chapter.